everybody, my name is NanoSync, and today we're going to be taking a look at that racist girl Evalion. Turns out Leafy found another one of her videos, and we're going to take a look at that today. So I haven't seen this video, so if I repeat a few jokes, forgive me. I just really wanted to get this done because it's really late and wanted to get this released by overnight. So, kill me.
I remember watching the Teletubbies when I was younger. The Teletubbies is America's #1 children's show with over 16 million viewers and over $2 billion in merchandise sales. This show is targeted mainly at babies and preschoolers. It's very odd how I personally barely remember any other TV show from my childhood, but I remember the Teletubbies so vividly. The bright colors, the songs, the creepy dancing, and the scenery. My memories...
Hey, before you get too far into this, yes, that's why you remember it. It's vibrant colors. Babies respond to that. And it's also a very simply made show because children aren't going to understand NCIS. They're not going to understand Psych. They're not going to understand Supernatural. They're not going to understand The Walking Dead, popular shows like that. They're not going to understand that. They're going to understand a simple, funny show.
This show seems psychedelic and dreamlike. I never thought too much about the Teletubbies until recently when I started to think about the impact propaganda has had on my generation. We millennials grew up watching the Teletubbies. In fact, we have been constantly consuming similar forms of propaganda all of our lives. As a result, this generation is weak, sexually confused.
Of course, she throws in an LGBT thing in there. Islamophobia, that doesn't exist. It just so happens that the Islamic Bible, the Quran, is very violent. People tend to notice that. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Bible has quite a few violent things in there, but not done by Jesus. He didn't go out and kill anyone like Muhammad. And sexually confused, I don't care if you're gay. If you want to be gay, I don't care. I don't get it. It's just, it's not appealing to me. I'm not into guys, but you're gay, you're gay. Oh well.
Morally deprived and disturbed. College kids are now calling the cops and seeking therapy when they see a mouse in their apartment.
Yeah, and I'm sure that before this generation, when the wife would see a mouse and would yell and scream for the husband. It's not new to this generation. That's always happened.
I'm pretty sure most people will agree that most of the millennials are fucked up. There are many reasons why millennial kids are suddenly so messed up compared to the previous generations.
We need to stop rape culture, guys. It's only guys that rape. Don't touch me. She's holding a sign right there. I don't deserve to be raped. I can do this if I want. Yeah, I look beautiful like this. I'm never doing that again. Oh, yes you are, mister. Kill me.
Some people may blame poor parenting and education, but I think a lot of us overlook the harmful effects propaganda has had on kids.
Alright, now we have Teletubbies with a Soviet flag photoshopped over it. It's not even a good Soviet flag. It's pixelated.
More specifically, communist propaganda. Children are extremely impressionable in their early ages. Even ask feminists about letting girls play with boy toys and how important it is.
Yeah, it's important. It's not all that important. I mean, it's all based on interest. If a girl wants to play with boy toys, there's literally nothing. It's not like she's going to go pick up a toy and there's a force field there saying, "You're not a boy, you can't have this." No, that doesn't happen. If he wants to play with the toys, you can play with a toy.
And they will be forced to agree. The things that you see from birth to age 8 will affect your perception of social normality for the rest of your life.
Throws in a Nazi flag in there. Okay.
And the first TV show most children are exposed to happens to be the Teletubbies. To understand the message behind the Teletubbies, we have to dissect the show. Where did this show come from? The show was created by BBC, which we know has communist leanings. We know now that the BBC destroyed a stash of files at the end of the Cold War after years of vetting current and potential employees for links to communism. But back in 1996...
Yeah, a lot of different companies had links to communism. It was the Red Scare, I believe. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, a lot of them had links to communism. A lot of them believed in communism. Also, a lot of people believed in capitalism. Now people believe in socialism, which inevitably leads to communism. Said by a communist himself. But anyway, not getting into that point here. A lot of people were into communism then. Just because of one TV station. Holy crap! I'm just gonna kill myself. I can't talk. Just because one TV station has it doesn't mean that they're evil.
The great late Sir James Goldsmith tried to warn us that the communists have infiltrated the British Labour Party and the British media. He set up pirate radio stations out at sea and organized mass mailing campaigns to warn people about the communist infiltration of the BBC. First, let's look at the setting of the show. The Teletubbies seem to live in a communist utopia called Teletubbyland. These degenerates don't do any work and they live a very hedonistic lifestyle. They just prance around and play.
Not today, Derek. Not today. Yeah, they live in a utopia because children don't want to see people working. That's just the basics of children's shows. They're not going to understand things adults would. I don't know how else to put this to you. It's just dumb.
Without any care or responsibilities. When they make a mistake, they just go, uh-oh, and the machine provided by the state comes and cleans it up for them.
I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be a creature, not a machine. Even though it is a machine, but children aren't going to identify it as a machine, they're going to identify it as one of the characters.
Those machines prepare their meals and clean everything for them. In fact, I noticed that most modern children's cartoons are set in a very similar utopia. Take a look at the majority of millennials today, more specifically the Bernie Sanders supporter types. They are demanding for free college, free this and free that.
Yes, and they're a bunch of degenerates, but still, that doesn't mean, oh, this is like a TV show, this can happen. They just want the free stuff because they're lazy, filthy liberals. My bad, guys. I'm trying not to keep this going, but I really just hate Bernie.
They want the state to take care of them. Perhaps this kind of propaganda has helped shape their perception of an ideal society.
No, they just enjoyed a show as a little kid, and now you're linking it to that. Mr. Rogers was a great show. You don't see us turning into puppets and thinking, oh, we need to be puppets, we need to be like this, we need to be better.
Now let's look at the characters. There are 4 characters and each character has their own favorite item. First, we have the purple Tinky Winky. He is the biggest one and seems to be the leader. His favorite item is a handbag and he sometimes wears a skirt. But since he is specified a male, clearly he is transgender as well.
Or he just likes wearing a dress. Now, I don't really support trans people if they don't have the surgery, because it's like, that's your biological sex. If you identify me as a toaster, trans people, I'll identify you as whatever you want. As long as you do that, it's not making fun of you, it's just a little bit. But either way, some people just like wearing dresses. I see nothing wrong with that. I think that the dress is a female thing and stuff like that. I don't think that's how it works. If you feel like wearing a dress, you wear a dress.
Funny how now when the millennials are grown up, the transgender trend is kicking off. Millennials everywhere are questioning their gender identity. Just look at Ask Transgender on Reddit. Could this kind of propaganda perhaps be the cause? In 1999, Jerry Falwell warned us that Tinky Winky was a covert homosexual symbol because he is purple, the gay pride color, and his antenna is shaped like a triangle, the gay pride symbol. The BBC officially responded with, Tinky Winky is simply a sweet technological baby with a magic bag. Despite this, Tinky Winky won international awards for being a groundbreaking gay icon.
Nope, guys, I'm done with this. Done with this!
And the BBC pretended not to notice. I remember while watching the show with my uncle, he would laugh and say, oh man, Tinky Winky is so gay.
Maybe Tinky Winky was just an adult reference that adults would get so they could watch the show. A lot of shows have that.
I wasn't sure what he meant by that until now. Second, we have Dipsy, who is the only dark-skinned one. He is green and he wears this fashionable top hat.
Aw, dude, that is one pimp top hat. I have one myself.
In my opinion, he kinda looks like a pimp.
He's a pimp. This is my pimp hat, guys. You like it? Ah, kill me.
He is about the same size as the yellow Teletubby, and they're always paired together, like a nice little couple. The antenna on Dipsy is just a straight line, which literally looks like he has a dick on his head. Third, we have Lala, the yellow pretty blonde.
Blonde? I mean, you mean just yellow. Why blonde? She doesn't look pretty at all. I mean, her nose is like squished up against her face. Alright, guys, so for the purple one, I got my bag. For the pimp one, I got my sombrero. I got my nose like that, and then I couldn't find a ball, but I did find this magnifying glass. It works as a ball, and it's also very big.
She is clearly the only female of the group. She has this bouncy ball toy which she has no problem sharing with the other characters. Her name and character were symbolic of her. Lastly, we have Poe, who is the red runt. His name in German literally translates to butt in English. He is supposed to be the straight white male of the group. He is also the smallest and weakest. He is very childlike. His antenna is very feminine compared to Dipsy's. No backstory is ever presented about who the Teletubbies are, where they came from, and what their purpose is. It's very clear that the Teletubbies do not lead their lives as individuals, but they live as a collective. They live peacefully in their Orwellian group home. Their lives are dictated by voices. These voices discipline the Teletubbies, and it tells them what to do. The narration style of the voices is patterned after American child psychologists with the low, slow, hypnotizing speech.
Oh, slow hypnotizing speech? You mean like Mr. Rogers or Bob Ross? Are those communist shows too?
The voice is made to come off very authoritarian and knowledgeable. The Teletubbies never question authority and always obey the voice. They are literally showing kids how to conform and be good little slave soldiers.
No, it's just teaching how to give, the tape fell off. It's just showing how to give respect.
No wonder why so many millennials are social justice warriors. There are some very sexual looking clips during some of the Teletubby episodes. This clip, for example, is absolutely disgusting, and I have no idea how they got away with putting this on live television for children to watch.
I have to agree with her there. That is a pretty weird scene to be on a children's show. Like, not even for like little kids, like for babies. But anyway.
The Teletubbies is definitely not an innocent kids show. A typical Teletubbies episode starts with the voice telling the Teletubbies to say hello. All four comrades dance and fuck around until the pinwheel starts turning. Immediately, the comrades run over to the pinwheel and perform some strange dance ritual. When the ritual is complete, one of the Teletubbies' bellies turns into a TV screen for a short propaganda clip to play.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh shit! What up?
Often in these propaganda clips, you see non-white children behaving very well, doing chores or playing with other children.
Yes, showing how children should act and not disrespect their parents. What are you, retarded?
In this particular clip, a Negro child is doing the dishes. Oddly, these propaganda clips are played twice in a row, so that the video being played is burned into the minds of the young children watching. These propaganda clips are purely social engineering. Scientists discovered that babies have a racial bias towards their own race. Those same scientists also found a way to reverse that racial bias by exposing babies to faces of other races. Now, we know this show is from England and is intended for children under the age of 5. I believe the purpose of these propaganda clips and the show in general is to make kids tolerant to people of other races, and it worked. Notice how a lot of millennials supported the refugees entering their country.
I'll add that I am not for refugees joining. And I feel like diversity is pretty stupid. I mean, you have the skills, you should be hired.
Also, notice how various forms of multicultural propaganda is shoved down millennials' throats. It's very rare that you see a millennial like me who's not afraid of being called racist or politically incorrect.
Well, you are racist, but I do agree that your channel shouldn't have been banned, and I'm sure I think this is a re-upload, but I agree that you shouldn't have been banned, because that is free speech. It's offensive speech, but free speech nonetheless. Though I do agree you are racist and a moron.
This is all part of an even bigger, more nefarious plan to breed out the strong white race and create a new mixed breed race that can be easily controlled, just like the Teletubbies are. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you don't believe me that their end goal is to eliminate the white race, then watch this clip. The Jews involved even admit to it.
Alright guys, so I'm not going to comment on this video, like, to make fun of it or point something out, because it does sound like there's laughing in the background. So it could like be something in a comedy. I don't know the entire show. I don't know what show it's from, so I can't base on the beginning or the back and kind of figure out what this is about. So I'm not gonna say something like that. I don't know for sure.
I think there's a resurgence of anti-Semitism because at this point in time, Europe has not yet learned how to be multicultural. And I think we're going to be part of the throes of that transformation, which must take place. Europe is not going to be the monolithic societies that they once were in the last century. Jews are going to be at the center of that. It's a huge transformation for Europe to make. They are now going into a multicultural mode, and Jews will be resented because of our leading role. But without that leading role and without that transformation, Europe will not survive.
Well, there you have it, everyone. She's a racist and she's a moron, but she shouldn't have been banned. I don't think she should have been banned. I mean, yeah, it was offensive speech, but it was free speech nonetheless. Thanks for watching, guys.